The sky didn't just darken, it shattered. Ghidorah, a three-headed nightmare from the stars, has touched down, bringing absolute extinction in his wake. Global chaos reigns, and humanity is out of time. But from the boiling depths of the ocean, nature's defense rises. Godzilla. As the clash of titans tears the world apart from sea to land, one strategist, Lyra, dares to do the impossible. Unite humanity's firepower with the king of monsters. The earth will shake. Cities will fall. Witness the battle for our very soul. Let them fight. The sky didn't just turn dark, it felt like the atmosphere was breaking apart above us. From the eye of the storm, a winged nightmare descended, illuminated by blinding golden lightning. He crashed into the ocean, sending a tsunami of white water tearing toward our city walls. The beast rose from the depths, blocking out the sun, screaming a challenge to the world. Golden eyes burned with malice before a gravity beam erased the bridge in a heartbeat. Frozen in the command center, I watched the screens, witnessing the beginning of the apocalypse. I forced myself to breathe. Panic is a death sentence. I needed to be a soldier. Evacuate everyone, now! I barked orders, watching the Titan's vitals spike on the monitors. But deep below, the ocean floor shook. A piercing blue light ignited the abyss. An ancient eye snapped open in the darkness. The king had heard the call to war. He moved, and the ocean moved with him, a force of nature waking from slumber. A massive biosignal lit up my main screen. In the face of death, I saw hope. The water churned violently. Jagged, glowing dorsal fins sliced through the waves like shark teeth. Godzilla breached the surface, roaring a challenge that shook the very bones of the earth. Ghidorah turned, all three heads hissing in unison. The storm around him raged with new fury. The dragon launched himself into the air, a golden meteor hurtling straight for the king. Godzilla didn't flinch. He swam head-on into the storm, a torpedo of pure muscle. Titan met Titan in the open sea. The impact sounded like the cracking of the world. Ghidorah struck first, raining down gravity beams that boiled the ocean surface instantly. Steam and fire erupted around Godzilla. The water was no longer a shelter, it was a trap. The king dove, vanishing beneath the waves to escape the relentless aerial bombardment. Ghidorah hovered like a vulture, his three heads scanning the depths for his prey. Suddenly, Godzilla erupted from below, his jaws locked onto a golden neck with crushing force. Screaming in rage, the dragon beat his wings, dragging the heavy beast up into the sky. Ghidorah's other head struck back, blasting electricity into Godzilla's face to break the hold. Godzilla roared through the pain, using his massive weight to drag the demon back down. They crashed back into the sea together, sending a pillar of water shooting into the clouds. Underwater, this is Godzilla's domain. He coiled around the dragon, trying to drown the invader. Ghidorah thrashed wildly, his wings creating underwater tornadoes that churned the dark depths. Teeth sank into Godzilla's gills, a critical hit. The king was forced to loosen his grip. Ghidorah broke free, shooting out of the water like a missile, screaming in pure fury. He turned his back on the sea, flying straight for the city. He wanted a new battleground. Godzilla surfaced, eyes burning. He wouldn't let the enemy escape. The hunt moved to the shore. "Get them out," I screamed into the comms. The war was coming to our doorstep.
Evacuate immediately.
Choppers filled the sky, broadcasting warnings as citizens ran for their lives in the streets below.
Evacuate immediately. Seek higher ground. This is not a drill.
Ghidorah landed, crushing skyscrapers beneath his claws as if they were made of cardboard. Godzilla stormed ashore, his massive tail leveling incredible destruction with every step he took. I took cover behind a tank, watching two gods preparing to duel in the ruins of man.
What is that?
They stared each other down. The air crackled with static. The silence was heavier than the noise. Godzilla charged, slamming his shoulder into the dragon, driving him back through concrete and steel. Ghidorah recovered instantly, flapping his wings to unleash a hurricane wind that stopped the charge. The dragon wrapped his neck around Godzilla, constricting him while frying his skin with lightning. Godzilla bellowed in agony, but his dorsal fins began to glow with a blinding intensity. A nuclear pulse exploded from his body, a shockwave that blasted Ghidorah backward into the rubble. Both titans stood panting, surrounded by fire. The city was gone. Only the arena remained. I checked my tablet, desperate for data. Every monster has a weakness. We just had to find it. Ghidorah took to the sky again, looking down on us like a vengeful god. Godzilla's spines shifted color, from blue to a burning, angry red. He was overloading. The dragon swooped down, all three mouths charging a triple gravity beam of annihilation. Godzilla looked up and unleashed the red spiral ray, a beam of pure, concentrated destruction. The energies collided in midair, creating a sphere of light that outshined the sun. The red beam overpowered the gold, punching through the attack and striking Ghidorah's chest. One last look of shock on the dragon's face before the energy blast consumed him completely. He fell from the heavens, crashing down with an impact that felt like an earthquake. Silence returned. Godzilla stood tall amidst the smoke, his red glow fading back to blue. He raised his head and roared, a sound of victory, weary but undeniable. The king remained. The alien storm broke apart. For the first time in hours, sunlight touched the ruined city. We stepped out from the shadows, looking up at our savior with nothing but awe. Wounded and tired, the Titan turned his back on us, heading slowly back to the ocean. His heavy footsteps left deep craters in the road, a permanent reminder of this day. Suddenly, he stopped. He went rigid, head tilting, listening to a sound we couldn't hear. His eyes narrowed. The look of relief vanished, replaced by a sharp, urgent anxiety. My console beeped, a new signal. Faint, distant, but unmistakable. Subject, Kong. I looked from the screen to the window, my heart sinking. It wasn't over. Godzilla didn't hesitate. He spun around, changing his path away from his resting place. He gave a short grunt, not a roar of glory, but the sound of a soldier accepting a new mission. He plunged into the surf, staying shallow, picking up speed with terrifying efficiency. His glowing fins cut the water like a high-speed vessel, leaving a wake of foam behind him. I watched his signal fade on the screen, feeling a mix of dread and strange hope. Miles away, on a burning tropical island, a giant serpent was squeezing the life out of Kong. The ape roared in desperation, his strength failing against the crushing grip of the cobra. Godzilla swam on, pushing his limits, his eyes locked on the distant horizon. He was heading straight for the fire. He was heading straight for the fight. The ocean is vast, but the king's duty is endless. There is no rest for a god. The battle is won, but the war has just begun. The legend continues.